Welcome back, tribe. I have an episode here with 8 views by a channel that has 500 subs. It says living the un-American dream. I told you guys I was going to start watching a bunch of these, so start submitting them. Whether you got your own channel or somebody else's that you're pushing, maybe has a video that resonated with you, send them to me, boys. Let's get into it.
What is there to say? Well, I'm going to try to make this video brief and to the point. So, I am a fan of Legion of Men. So, if you're watching me right now on his channel and you do want to subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. And I thank you. If not, whatever. It's all good. But I've been seeing that he's been given a lot of, he's been given a lot of, just, you know, a lot of newer content makers a chance on the big stage. So I figured, why not see if my video ends up on his channel?
Surprise!
Well, I'm 38 years old. I was with the same woman for the last 12 years and some change. I had an 8-year-old son with her. So I have an 8-year-old son who's almost 9. For the first 8 years of his life, even during COVID, I did the homeschooling for him. I was with him every day. She chose her job over mine. Her job made more money, so I became a stay-at-home dad, which if any of you are even thinking about being a stay-at-home dad, do not do it. No matter what the woman says, no matter what your wife says, it will kill your relationship. It is extremely, extremely rare that works out.
It's very emasculating because she wants a man to lead her. She gets tired of being the breadwinner, always making all the decisions, despite what they'll tell you guys. They'll tell you that it's strong and empowering, and the new age relationships where a woman can be a breadwinner too, but she's pining for those type A high-flying coworkers that she has that seem to be big dick swinging, handling business in the office, and she's having affairs with them. The most affairs happen at work. It's like statistically, people cheat the most at work. Imagine you're a stay-at-home, and imagine the jokes in the boardroom or between the colleagues of like, oh, that's so good for you, Karen. Wow, your guy, he stays at home. Oh, so sweet. Oh, I wish my man was so feminine like that. Ugh. You think that shit comes off as attractive? While big dick swinging Chad just dropping a fucking $100 million deal on the table, like, check this shit out. I just crushed it again. I'm getting another $1 million bonus at the end of the quarter, and you're over here stay at home. This shit don't work, man. I'm sorry, but don't try to fix what isn't broken. The reason society was functioning the way it was 60, 70 years ago, the reason why everything was working was because we had strict, not even strict or rigid, but we just had common sense gender norms, gender expectations, where the genders, male and female, were doing the things that was bringing them the most, what could you say, pride, joy, fulfillment. The woman being with the kids, creating turning a house into a home, being the matriarch of the family, essentially, creating an entire legacy before her where she gets to grow and teach and raise her children, which is what matters to a mother the most. Like, once women have children, their careers don't really mean shit to them compared to their kids. Ask any mother. And a man loves to provide for his family, feels a deep sense of meaning and purpose to go out to work, come back, and just see that the table is full of food, that the kids, their bellies are full, that his wife is dressed nice and has everything she needs, and that his house is functioning and in order. That brings the biggest joy to a man, is that he's successfully leading a family. They took everything away from us. They took all that shit. They gave us this progressive dystopia where everybody's fucking depressed, on pills, pretending they're fucking happy, coping with materialism, with consumerism, jacking off all day or buying purses just to feel anything whatsoever, because your life is fucking meaningless without having a family. It's the truth. We're social animals. As much as they're trying to condition us to saying, like, it's okay to be alone, it's okay to be by yourself, but we long connection. We deeply long for it. We deeply long to be a part of a group, a part of something. Why do you think all this tribalism is sprouting up, or that they're pushing tribalism, or this victim mentality that puts you in a little box with other people of the same kind of victimization? Because that's what we like. And we're living a lie, and they're trying to piece all these broken puzzles together, and it's not working. People are starting to see through the charade. We kind of want things to go back to how they were, at least in some part, at least the working parts. Well,
favorably for the man. Even if she doesn't admit it, she will resent you. So yeah, this past May, 2024, May 6th to be exact, was the day that our lease was up in our apartment. We parted ways. The relationship was over far before May 6th. She was done with me, and I mean completely. She did not care at all. She would go out on dates. She has another guy. So
damn.
So her mother and then her grandma. At one point, there were 4 generations of women alive. Until recently, last year, my ex's great grandmother died and left my ex's grandma. It's confusing. A life insurance policy. So my ex, her mom, and then her mom's mom, all three of them, they bought a house with that money. They decided that they did not want me to be part of this new chapter of life. I did nothing. I wasn't abusive. I wasn't physically abusive. I didn't do anything that you would typically think, why a woman would want to get away from her son's father. It was strictly because I didn't make enough money. And that's all it was. Plain and simple. She'll argue till this day that it's much more. It's this and that. It's not. It was because I did not make enough money. She always made more money than me. She came from kind of doing okay family. Her dad's rich. She has a dad, she has a mom, she has grandparents. Me, I have no family. My mom died over a decade ago. Never had a father in my life. And oh yeah, by the way, it is extremely important to have a father in a boy's life, because I'm a living example of what happens when you are raised by a neurotic, man-hating female who is horrible with money. You turn into a 38-year-old, guy who can't even support himself. So
Damn.
it is extremely important, very important to have a male role model in your life, to have a fucking father in your life. I'm getting off topic. And she knew this. My ex knew I had nowhere to go. She didn't care. She just kept saying, I hope you have somewhere to go. May 6th is closing in. I hope you have somewhere to go. Have you called homeless shelter? Blah, blah, blah. Wow. And I was under the impression, I thought I was going to be able to live with my brother. I have a half brother, Brian, and that's it. That's the only family I have. I have a half brother, Brian. He has a different dad. He lives with his father. So I was delusional at the time and thought, okay, well, I'll just go live with my brother. Well, it didn't turn out that way, unfortunately. But my brother has helped me. He's helped me. If it wasn't for my brother and his help, I'd probably be dead or in prison. So I've been homeless.
Boys, leave a comment so we can do this again and see if it works. On the last video, the 45-year-old, and he's broke and tired, it worked. It literally crushed the suppression from the algorithm, and that video is starting to trend. So write sad here for stay at home dads. Just write sad. Write that comment. Spam that shit. And we'll see if the, quote, extra engagement will make this video pop just like the other.
Off and on since May 6th, I've had a real difficult time because I don't have the typical advantages that a lot of people have. If they fall off the horse, they just, they go live with their mom for a little bit. They go live with dad. They go live in his garage. They go live in his, whatever. They go live in the fucking loft out back, whatever. They go live with somebody and they stack their money up, and they don't have to worry about where they're going to live. And they move back out. They get a second chance at life. I don't have that. So it's been extremely difficult. My ex is always, she's bothered me about paying and helping her with my son. And I would love to do that. But as soon as I get a job, I will. And it's anytime I've had money, I have tried to help them. I've been looking for a job. And to you guys that are watching right now, if you're trying to find work too, then you know what I'm going through. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not lazy. I'm not trying to look to get a free ride in life. No, I want to work. I want money. I try all the time, dude. It's to the point where I'm even walking up to, if I go to 7-Eleven, I ride my board to 7-Eleven, I'm asking random people in the parking lot that just look like they might have just gotten off work. Oh, hey, is anybody hiring? Do you own this company?
I'm curious to hear from the guys below. I don't know his situation specifically, but how hard is it to find a job? How long have you guys been looking? How many interviews have you done, for example, in the last, whatever, you've been looking for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? How many interviews do you think you've done, or at least applications you've submitted? And how many callbacks or successful interviews have you, actually been through? Tell us a little. I'm curious just how bullshit this economy really is. Because we don't know his situation specifically. I don't know what skills he has, how marketable he is, or, felonies, or God knows what. Who the fuck knows what's, but keep hearing from a lot of men that the job market is just smoke and mirrors.
Do you guys do this? Do you guys do that? Blah, blah, blah. Most of the times I just get giggled at, or, why is this white dude trying to ask me to get a landscaping job? So I've tried. I've showed the receipts to my brother. I've shown him plenty of screenshots after screenshots of applying, and then getting the email saying that we're not going to go through with your application. So at the end of the day, I don't care about women anymore. I don't care about getting laid. Of course I would love to. What man on this planet, gay or straight, wouldn't want a blowjob? Of course I would love to get laid, but I don't care about it anymore. I want money. I want to make money. I want money, and more money. I have realized, and maybe this sounds like a quitter's mentality, but honestly, I don't think that I'm going to be able, I don't think I'm made for the normal 9-to-5 job. And I don't think there's any of those jobs out there for me. No. I've already made my mind up. I've already put the positive vibes out in the universe, the positive frequency.
All right, bro. Gotta slap you down on that one. No positive vibes. You can't say in your situation, you're skateboarding around and shit, kicked out of your own spot. You gotta get some humility while you're building back up into a decent condition for your lifestyle. You can't say some shit, I'm not for 9 to 5s. You have to struggle. You got to, bro. It's part of the redemption arc. You don't just get to land somewhere nice and just kick your feet up and be like, cool, this is good enough. All pass go right on the first fucking try. No, you gotta go straight to jail. You gotta work your way around the board again. And that means a bullshit job, a bullshit 9 to 5, maybe in a warehouse or fast food. Go fucking flip burgers. Go make some goddamn fried, what is that, orange chicken at Panda Express, bro. You got to do what you got to do to survive. Get 2 jobs if you need to. I'm sure some very base level places, entry level work like that is hiring. Is it demeaning at your age? You might be working with super young people. Shit went wrong in your life. Okay, we understand like that. It's the reality for some guys. Listen, you're behind and you got to pay a price to get ahead. What you can do is save up as much of that money as you possibly can while you're busting your ass and then using it to launch you, in the next stepping stone, essentially, where that means going to trade school next, paying part of trade school off, and getting some marketable skill that can make you a ton more money. You can't do the shit that women do because we don't get bailed out the way women do. You can't just say vibes. I'm putting the vibes out there. This shit ain't for me. And there's going to be a cock I land on that pays all my bills and life's great. My man provides for me. Shit's not going to happen. You don't got anything women want except money. And the problem is you got no money. So women aren't going to want you anyways, bro. Dating is going to be a fucking absolute trench warfare for you in this condition. It's not even worth thinking about women. You got a whole family you got to be providing for. Well, just your kid at least, but you got to push back on that one.
That I'm going to make it online. I'm going to be some kind of influencer. I'm going to have my own channel. I do have a channel. I started it when I went homeless. I tried recording, documenting my life. I got 500 subscribers and that's about it. I got lazy and I got depressed and I fell off that path, but I want to get back on that path and I want to do similar videos like my boy here at Legion of Men. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a particular niche, but I just want to do what he's doing. I just want to give my opinion and see if anybody would even give a shit about it. If you want to subscribe to my channel, hell, you'd be great. You'd be helping me.
Mm-hmm. There you go, boys. Here's your chance. Your dream come true, my friend, but you got to stay on it. Can't be bullshit and be like, I got depressed. I don't know why. If you guys want to go sub to his channel right now, what's the channel name? Razor Shalom. And we'll see if he could carry that mentality over into the next 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You got enough of the dog in you to keep grinding day in and day out, putting out fucking videos, trying to help men. I hope you do, because you can make a difference. You can't have an impact, but you can't wish this shit into existence like a woman does. There's no affirming any of this bullshit. You got to put in work as a man. And that's the brutal aspect of society today. Nobody's coming to save you, but you do get a lifeline here and there. This is one of them. Anyways, boys, if you have other channels or if you yourself have some topics, please make them relatable, kind of like this one. Don't give me like overarching society, this and that. Just tell me about your experience. Talk about your life, shit you've learned. Like the last dude who was basically talking about how his father was abusive and what it did to him, and all the other dudes that we cover. That's like this dude. He's in a fucking car and he's talking. Don't quit your job. Life's not a joke. There you go. Oh, there's me. You should watch this video. It's tight. Why men are choosing to stay single. This guy right here, look at him. He's talking about my alcohol addiction. Cool story, bro. Might actually end up watching that too. You know what? We'll add it to the list of 1 million tabs up top here. I have a supercomputer, so don't worry about it. Look at all these beautiful episodes to be watched. Anyways, I do check my email, guys, and I'd like to turn the channel into this. Just make sure you find a quiet area, somewhere that you can record, whether it's in your house or, somewhere quiet in a park. Try to keep the video no longer than like 20 minutes max, bro. If you're a small channel, 10 minutes is probably like his 10, 15 minutes max is an ideal place. Try to keep it concise, stay on topic, just be real about your situation or things that you've learned that could help other men. Try to give out some value, whether that comes through your story or experiences in life. And I'm telling you, I'm watching these. I've watched a bunch. Some of them are just missing the authenticity that we're looking for. There are some dudes that are just talking about topics that, it doesn't come off as relatable to you, or you're in an area that's super loud or just, the audio is too bad. You have to have some level of standard here, and we'll put you on the channel. I mean, this is decent enough. You can't hear how bad it sounds because my audio software wizardry will clean up a lot of this shit, but I am watching these. If we could get some absolute bangers that go viral and help men, that would be incredible. I want to do this as turn the channel to a conduit for which normal men can share their experience about everyday life that's relatable to the everyday viewer. No one gives a shit about the fake internet, consumer, coomer, materialist society that we have right now and the image it pushes. As usual, boys, we'll see you on the next one. And if you haven't, subscribe to the second channel. Check some of these beast episodes like this one. I just dropped Why Men Are Choosing to Stay Single, and it was an absolute banger. I'm making these sit down on the couch and just speaking directly to the camera type episodes. They've been going over really well. And let me know what your thoughts on that is. Take care of yourselves.